Hello everybody and welcome to the Real Housewives Edits. My name is Elle and I'm here to talk about the two loves of my life, editing and housewives. Well you guys, today we are going to be discussing the Real Housewives of Potomac. This season has got me on fire. Every time I see a new episode ready to watch, I am like so excited. I'm so excited to cover these scenes with you guys. Today I'm going to be covering a scene which was the opening of the most recent episode, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys so much as usual for watching the videos. Just the fact that you watch them, let alone that you like them or comment on them, I am just blown away. I truly am. I know you hear YouTubers say that, but I really, truly am. So thank you guys so much. If you've been watching the videos for a while now and you're still not subscribed, just subscribe. It really helps the YouTube algorithm so that more people who might be interested in this nerdy stuff can watch it. Let's just jump right into it.
Eyes ready. Oh my God, it's 8:30.
Okay, so they're doing this sort of montage, like the typical housewives, women getting ready for dinner montage. Giselle putting her shoes on, you have Charisse steaming her outfit. Charisse is just, I guess she's just loving life. She's not doing any drama. She's not doing anything. She's just on a free vacation. Good for her. They have sort of this like tropical, like vacation-esque music to kind of get us in the mode of like, oh, we're still on vacation, Miami day 2. And then we have Giselle walking toward the kitchen and she's saying,
Oh my God, it's 8:30.
it's really giving us the feel like, okay, like we're about to go into a party, everyone's getting ready, it's super exciting, this type of feel. Giselle feels like she's late. So it's kind of giving us this feeling of anticipation.
Oh my God, it's 8:30. Okay, so where are the people?
And by the way, do you guys ever notice when the ladies enter, they always start at their feet and go upward, especially after they've gotten ready. It's very rare that they just show their faces like walking in. They want to show the whole outfit. They want to give us the entire presentation, if you will.
Where is the food? What are we doing?
Okay, so you see what they do. They pull out the tropical music when Giselle is like, where is everybody? Then they have these shots of the empty dinner table, the outside pool, totally empty, no one's out there. And what sound do they put over it? Crickets as a sound effect can be used to show absence. The typical example is like, you know, a comedian is on stage, they make a joke, they do the punchline and they look out and there's crickets in the audience. No sound to be heard whatsoever, the absence of laughter. And it's the same thing here. They're using crickets as sort of like the absence of people, the absence of fun, the absence of a party, really, right? And then they put that chyron there saying, you know, this is Karen's 5'9" birthday party. That's a little bit of editor shade. They don't say just her birthday party or her 59th birthday. They're doing her 5-9, which is something that Karen has been saying this entire episode and previous episodes, that she's turning 5'9", not 59, 5'9". And then they're kind of cutting to the B-roll, you know, of these glasses up close. They're just showing like everything is ready, but we are missing what? People.
What is going on? Mia?
And then they put in that music that's sort of curious.
What is going on?
And they also have this exterior shot of the house with the pool in frame while Giselle is yelling,
Mia?
It's like an echo around her. Absolutely no one is there to be with the celebration, which is a huge contrast from the opening kind of montage of them getting ready and all of that.
Mia? Okay. Hi, Giselle.
Then they cut to her and she's just sitting on the couch on her phone, which is very relatable. When you aren't sure what to do, you sit on the couch and get on your phone. I mean, it's just obvious.
Glad you're here. Glad you were celebrating. Didn't know what was going to happen.
Neither do I. This is not, now according to Mia, she...
Okay, so now they have no music. They have, you know, Karen's voice coming from her room. They're really just trying to show that this is a huge statement from Mia. I really think that's what the editors are showing. This is a huge statement because Mia so far has been like it's Karen's birthday, we're doing this for Karen's birthday, etc. It's kind of been this whole thing, and now, you know, she's basically punishing Karen, I guess, for, you know, looking after Wendy or asking about Wendy, and they're really just showing how much of an impact this is having on everyone.
She's not hosting a birthday party.
Huh?
She's not hosting unless she changed her mind. So this is just a regular dinner party.
Okay.
Having dinner. I mean,
Okay, so then they had that Chiron, you know, Karen's 5'9" birthday party, and then with a little like rattlesnake rattle.
having dinner. I mean,
Just as an audience, you know, what are you feeling in this moment? Are you feeling bad for Karen? Are you feeling like, oh, she deserves it? Really, more than anything, they want us to feel some sort of anticipation. Is this going to turn into Karen getting upset? Is this going to turn into Mia starting a fight with Karen? How is this going to sort of play out? Because we just don't know.
having dinner. I mean,
So originally it was supposed to be Karen's birthday dinner, right? But she told me she didn't want me to do anything for her. Didn't she say that?
no, she said you don't have to after you said that you're paying for everything.
No one says you don't have to do something.
Okay, so then of course, while they're still kind of on Karen and Giselle, we hear the voiceover of Mia talking to Jacqueline in the bathroom.
Having dinner. I mean,
So originally it was supposed to be Karen's birthday dinner, right?
Mia is really doing that kind of passive aggressive thing, which is so frustrating to watch, where she's like, she said she didn't want me to do anything, right? Like, I'm not going to do anything. And Jacqueline, of course, is kind of holding her accountable for what Karen actually said. And this is why I do like Jacqueline as a friend, because she provides kind of a counterpart to Mia. She supports Mia and she pushes Mia's storyline forward, but she also doesn't seem like she's trying to make the drama about her. She's really focused on the drama that Mia is having. I'm going to do a breakdown of what I think makes a great friend of from an editorial standpoint. It's coming up, but that's definitely one thing in there, is when the friends of try to make it all about them, it's really hard to watch. But when they really are supporting their friend in whatever it is, or providing a counterpart to their friend, it actually helps the cast and helps the storyline.
You don't have to do something, and that just shows me that they don't appreciate it, and I'm just kind of...
all right, let's go downstairs. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need a birthday. I'm good. I had a little candle on my little lunch.
Okay, all right.
She won't host my birthday dinner.
So all this is doing, these little sort of back and forth between Mia and Karen, Giselle and all that, it's really just building tension. Again, like I said a couple minutes ago, like, we don't know what's going to happen. Mia said she was gonna have a party for Karen. She's not having the party for Karen. She kind of threatened it, like, okay, we're not gonna do it. But I think at the end of the day, like, Karen thought like, well, it's planned, so we're gonna do it anyway. And I think we all thought that too, but the fact that Mia is actually being this petty, that she's taking it all the way this far, it's troublesome, you know. It's great housewives behavior, don't get me wrong, but for us, we're sort of like, the tension is building, like, what is going to happen? Is no one going to show up to this dinner? Is it just going to be Karen and Giselle sitting there? Did everyone else get the memo? What are Mia and Jacqueline actually going to do? Are they going to go down there? Is this going to start a fight? All of that is sort of brewing in our heads, whether we know it or not.
Because I went to check on Wendy.
Okay, I'm just gonna get myself together.
Like, we did this stuff in high school. So you're forgiven, Mia. And I actually am just hungry as Wow.
So she says, you know, you're forgiven, Mia, and then they cut to Mia and they sort of do that rattlesnake sound again.
And
I don't know, I think it has some sort of connotation of like negativity, like this person's being a snake or not being cool. It's kind of a negative sound to it, but they definitely put it in there on purpose.
Well, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, and this is a great example of the editors sort of playing with sound. So you can see very clearly that, you know, they say, how you doing, while the camera is on Giselle.
How you doing?
So it's sort of like a reaction shot of Giselle as Charisse walks in. And then Charisse says, I'm good, as she's sitting down on the couch. But as you can see,
I'm good.
while she's saying, I'm good, her mouth is not moving there at all. So she was not saying that line while she was actually sitting on the couch. If the camera is far enough away, we're not going to be like squinting to see Charisse's mouth. And it's not like that important. All they wanted to do was show that Charisse walks in, she sits on the couch, there's pleasantries exchanged, and maybe where Charisse actually said, I'm good, maybe she was walking in and it wasn't that great of a shot. And if they had like the shot of Charisse walking in saying, I'm good, and then her sitting on the couch, you know, awkwardly in this empty room, it would have been, frankly, just too long. Sometimes 3 or 4 seconds can make or break a scene just in the way that they feel and timing-wise and timing of the whole episode. So they just condensed it. They had her sitting on the couch while she's saying, I'm good. Why is it important that she's saying, I'm good? It's because the way she's saying it, honestly, to me, feels like it's just kind of awkward. She's just like, I'm good, like, okay, I have nothing else to say. It's really adding to sort of the awkward, the stark silence of this room compared to what maybe Karen thought she was getting into, which was like a birthday party.
Hi, beautiful ladies.
Hi.
I need a bevy.
Oh, okay. Should we go down and drink some sangria?
And then again, you have Ashley walking down the stairs. It's very quiet. It's very silent, except for like this clip clop of heels. Again, a stark contrast from what you would hope a birthday dinner would be. If you guys were planning to go to your own birthday dinner, wouldn't you want to like walk into a room full of like, I don't know, music playing and like people mingling and all that stuff? That's what you kind of think of when you think of someone's throwing me a birthday dinner. But instead, like, they're really trying to show that what Mia's doing is really just icing out Karen and kind of using this situation to do it.
What are we doing?
Let's go downstairs.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Everyone looks so nice. Treasure.
Okay, so once Ashley enters and they kind of get her and she's like, let's just go downstairs anyway, the music picks up.
So nice.
Hinting to us as the audience is like, actually maybe something might go down, something good might happen. Now you guys remember just the roller coaster of Housewives, so we had it down, kind of low energy. Ashley comes in, now they're going downstairs, the entertainment crew is coming, the energy is starting to go up. Now what is going to happen? Soon they have to break that again and bring it back down. Unconsciously, there's something in you that's like, ooh, the energy is picking up. Of course, you're just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Unfortunately, this is just how drama is built, is with these sort of peaks and valleys. So you have been trained, your body has been trained to wait kind of for a drop, a fight, a dramatic moment. Something is going down, so it keeps you watching.
You know what happens when white gets wet?
What?
It gets see-through.
Okay, so when she says the joke and when Giselle answers what, there's sort of like a record scratch.
Wet.
What?
She does the punchline and then it's like silly, fun music comes up. So it's like, okay, we're in like Ashley's world a little bit right now.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The host is upstairs kind of getting herself together. So let me show you where to go, okay? Hi.
I always laugh at these little cuts. They really aren't important for me to bring up, but I have to bring them up to you guys. Jacqueline's telling the staff, like, the hostess is actually getting herself ready. They cut to Mia, you know, which makes sense because she says the hostess is getting herself ready. They cut to Mia, but then they randomly cut to an aerial shot of the pool, and it's just for a couple seconds, and then you see Jacqueline walking down the stairs. That's just coverage to cover up what Jacqueline's saying about the hostess and all that. She probably said a bunch of stuff to that entertainment staff, but they just wanted to cut it into the little pieces that mattered. So they put a little coverage of Mia and then a random shot of the pool. Like, why not? It's just sort of establishing where we're at. It kind of gives us some, I don't know, it elevates it a little bit, like, ooh, this beautiful pool. It kind of puts us in the mode of like feeling like we're actually there as well. So it's double duty.
Okay. Hi, gorgeouses.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm just coming here to initiate. Mia's gathering herself right now because she's feeling a little under the weather.
Okay.
And you guys can set up wherever you want, where it makes sense.
Okay, so Jacqueline comes down. She's being Mia's spokesperson, which is the perfect thing for a friend of to do. And then when she says that Mia's feeling under the weather, of course we see Karen's face. She's not buying it. The sound behind Karen emphasizes what her thoughts are.
And you guys,
like, she's definitely not buying this story that Mia's not feeling well. We all know that Mia is just punishing Karen for what she was doing with Wendy.
make sense, okay? I'm not particular. So I just wanted to say thank you all for coming. We have some special things going on. And they're setting up, and then we'll start doing our magic. Okay. It's Karen's birthday.
Okay, so Jacqueline's going on and on. They're showing these people, you know, bringing in their wagons to set up. It should really just make you feel super awkward. Like, this is not the celebration. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for Karen, no question. Like, if you can put yourself in the shoes, like someone said they're gonna have a birthday party dinner for you, you go there and like people are like setting up everything, like you seeing like the behind the scenes of the setup when you're supposed to kind of be celebrating. Regardless, we know Karen's like celebrating her birthday a little bit too long, but still, she was kind of expecting this. You know, it's embarrassing. It's kind of done to sort of humiliate Karen. Like, you're not even worth walking into this party and having it be done. You're gonna see the behind the scenes, you're gonna see how the sausage is made. And then Jacqueline says, you know, it's Karen's birthday. And the consensus is like, this is humiliating, this is not a birthday. Giselle laughs. And then Ashley does this reaction to it, and you get this huge sound effect to emphasize. You should just be feeling that tension of like, when Mia actually does show up, is Karen going to say something? But she's not really in the place to say something because it was going to be just a party for her, which was nice of Mia to do. It's not like she should expect it. There's just so much to it. It's perfect housewives behavior, but it just really bothers me. It's really immature. It's really just, I hate punishing behavior in general. I just think that is just so immature. It's like, just talk it out. Just say, look, I'm not gonna have the party, and don't have it at all. Let Karen do her own thing. Like, it's just frustrating.
Okay. All right, so let's have a toast.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the past 7 years.
Okay, so again, we have sort of this cricket sound. It sounds like it is actually what's outside, but you can hear that they've elevated it a little bit. There's just a lot of silence except for these kind of crickets, the sort of atmosphere sound of Miami. And like you hear glasses. It's just to add to the awkwardness of the silence of this non-party.
Oh God. Oh no, we're not doing that. We're not doing
So I
that.
want to wish you a very happy 5-9.
Yes.
55-9.
Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Cheers.
Hi. Hey, Rob. How are you? Sorry to keep you waiting. Yes. All right, we're almost a full house.
Okay, and then as Robin walks in, there's sort of these awkward glances at her. Robin has tension with a lot of people in the group, so the music changes, you get these reaction shots from the ladies. It's just sort of adding an element to this already awkward dinner.
So the drinks are on their way.
Okay. Okay.
You've been a very good substitute hostess.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, ladies.
Okay, and then, you know, they cut to, again, the people setting up. Like, they had to pick a shot of like a woman bending over. If it's an entertainment show, the last thing you want to see is like the talent like bending over, getting their mics on and doing all this stuff. It just kind of ruins the magic of what they're going to present. It's not their fault. They have to, you know, bend over, get everything done, but that's the shot that the editors used. It was just so funny to me. And then the sound effect as Mia walks in.
Hi, ladies.
And everyone's eyes go to her. Again, building tension, what's gonna happen? And then you get this sort of swell of all the women reacting to Mia walking in.
Ladies.
And then it's total silence. They pull out everything but the music as she's walking in. You can't even hear room tone. The sort of Miami sound is gone. It's total silence as Mia walks in, and that's just to kind of give that like awkwardness. What is gonna happen? What's Mia gonna say? She's smiling, but we all know we've seen her smile through some stuff before. What is on the horizon for this interaction?
I could have set this one up. But hey, this trip is about Karen. It's her birthday.
Thank you.
The argument that we had, am I gonna forget it? No, but I'm gonna still celebrate you. It's called being a good friend. For the record.
So I love that like she comes in and now she's thinking like, I'm the hero, I'm doing this anyway for you. When in reality, like, I honestly think it would have been a nicer friend just to be direct and let Karen throw her own party or let someone else take over or something like that, because this is really humiliating to Karen. Maybe I'm going too far in saying this. Do you guys think I'm going too far saying it's humiliating? Of course, it's nice that she's like, you know, put this little thing together and hired these people, but it's all in the presentation, right? And Mia knows that. Mia knows that so well. She comes in late, sort of smiling through it, and then she has the nerve in her confessional to say like, I did it anyway because I'm a good friend. And it's like, oh, Mia, I just absolutely love her as a housewife. Don't love the violence. You guys know all about it. I don't even need to say it, but I just think she is a fantastic addition to this cast.
Record.
So I was thinking that we would give like our favorite funny Karen moment. Let's do it. Candace, you go first.
I mean, obviously, the wig shit.
Oh, the wig shit? Hold on, damn it, it's not.
Okay, I thought this was such a fun thing when they're like, let's celebrate Karen by talking about like the best funny moment we've had with her. I do think it's really funny that all of the moments they picked were actually moments from the show, which kind of tells us like, I don't know how much they're doing outside of the show. I don't know how much they're hanging out, but it was fine for us because we got to see the flashbacks of these moments. And honestly, these moments made me laugh because I was like, oh my gosh, we've been through so much with these ladies. Like, I don't even remember these times were so long ago. And I just, yeah, I loved watching it. I loved these flashback scenes. And I love that the women kind of picked stuff that was actually happened on the show.
The best one was when we did a little stealth mission and we stole Karen's wig.
Karen! Who, girl? Get out of here, girl! Oh,
The controlling.
So cute. This is like the fun stuff. Maybe they're not hanging out too much when the cameras are off, but I do believe there are some genuine friendships and fun being had in this franchise. I do believe that they like each other. And, you know, in like Beverly Hills, when the friendships, even the friendships that I think are maybe like Arina and Erica seems like a more kind of real friendship right now. It just doesn't seem like they actually have these moments. I feel like they put on these moments for the cameras, but I do think that they actually have fun in Potomac.
Yes, Robin, you got it.
Robin, you got a ring since I taught you this.
Okay, all right, it works.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So doing these clips, of course, it's like what happens, you know, it's exactly what happened at Karen's birthday. But I think more than anything, I think when they do these things and when they include all this, it's fun for us to see where we've been. You know, like I said, like I was watching this going, oh my gosh, like we've come so far with these ladies and their relationships. But I really think the editors include all of the stuff where they're laughing so hard and all the little comments to each other. It's just supposed to be a good time, and it's supposed to remind us of the light times. A lot of these moments came before Mia entered the group, which is just an interesting thing. I can't remember if the ones coming up, if Mia's in there, but a lot of these ones are sort of old school, and I just wonder if Mia is feeling some type of way. I wonder if there's tension rising within her just from these little memories, because, you know, she was punishing to Karen, and now all of the ladies, sort of the OG ladies, are celebrating Karen in moments that happened pre-Mia. So I don't think it's on purpose from them, but I do think it's interesting to sort of watch it play out.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Mine is like, it was funny to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh Lord, this is gonna be
It's not
horrible.
funny to you.
What? Karma's a bitch. Don't drop the soap. Click, click, click.
Okay, so as you know, Giselle of course says it was funny to me. We all know, of course, Giselle's gonna pull out something that's like low-key shady. She says it was funny to me, and then she says the first half of the line.
Mine is like, it was funny to me.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
And typically what they were doing before this was they were cutting straight to the flashback. But in this one, they actually let Giselle say it, there was a pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh Lord, this is gonna be not funny to you.
It's creating a little bit of tension in us, like, wait, is this gonna start a fight? Is Karen gonna say that wasn't funny? Is it going to shift the whole entire mood? Remember, we're kind of waiting for the mood to shift. We've been conditioned to wait for the contrast and the tone shift. So we're like, is this gonna be the moment? And then they cut to it, they show the flashback, they show all the ladies laughing, and we're like, oh, it wasn't that, it was a false alarm.
Clank, 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 clank.
Really?
The bar of soap?
Yeah.
You might want to help your husband.
That was very funny. It was very funny.
Mia, you might have one.
I do actually.
Okay, so then they say, you know, Mia, you might have one. And like I said, like Mia's been left out of all these other kind of memories. Giselle says it to her, and then there's what? A long pause. Is Mia gonna say, no, I don't have a memory about Karen because, you know, nothing's funny to me? Like, what is Mia going to say? And that's what that silence is. It's building tension in us as we watch.
Tongue.
A tongue?
It was my husband's tongue, and then Karen goes,
Oh!
Why you look so good, girl?
I'm getting remarried. Oh Lord. Okay, we're good. G said.
That was a very funny moment. I remember that. I remember Karen with G, that whole mess of a trip where everyone got so inebriated and were drinking a lot. I thought that was really funny. So Mia pulls out that memory, and it's actually something that we can all laugh at. So again, like, we keep getting these false alarms. When is it actually going to happen? Is something going to go down? But we're not having anything. So us as an audience are kind of like, is this just going to be a light, easy, happy dinner? We know that there's just no way, but there might be a little part of us that has sort of some hope for that.
G said.
that's what she did.
I said, G, I'm telling Ray.
You make that thing work. Big tongue there. Yeah, from what I heard.
Okay.
So that moment right there to me was a little bit of foreshadowing. If you guys watched my last video, I talked a little bit how I felt like they were foreshadowing something between Jacqueline and G by putting a shot of her while she's reacting to Mia talking to G, where she's like in a rearview mirror. And then of course we saw in the mid-season trailer that Jacqueline was actually talking about the fact that she would never, you know, sleep with Mia's husband. And then there's this little part in this opening scene where she's talking about G's tongue.
Work. Big tongue there. Yeah, from what I heard.
And then you have Giselle reacting to it. I feel like Giselle knows there's something going on there because of course she asks about it later. The fact that they included that line, but not only included Jacqueline saying that, but they put a subtitle. Like, the editors, when they put something in subtitles, they're saying, this is important. Please listen to this, especially if it's in a scene where a lot of people are talking and one person says something. They can't really isolate that voice because they do have to show like everyone's kind of talking and chiming in. If they took everyone else's sound out, it would be really strange. It would really throw us off. So instead they leave everyone else's sound up. They probably turned up Jacqueline's sound a lot, and they put the subtitle because that should matter to us as an audience because it's foreshadowing something that's about to come somewhere in the future.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. It's showtime.
So now there, it's a little bit different when they show the subtitle of that guy talking because he is not mic'd. Sometimes they do have to push the storyline forward, push the scene forward, and in this case, it's push the scene forward by saying, you know, the entertainment is ready. They can't necessarily just cut straight to the entertainment because it just wouldn't feel like it was part of a narrative. It would just feel like it was now a montage of things that were going on, like these ladies at the table, now entertainment. So they have to kind of show it in the story where the guy says, let's begin, but they put the subtitle there because it matters, obviously, but also he's not wearing a mic.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Girl. Yeah. Okay.
They're always trolling Karen on these edits. I do think Karen's got probably one of the best, like, sense of humors about herself. Like, I think she's sensitive, but she's also kind of like, whatever, like, make fun of me, do whatever. If you guys remember the Reasonably Shady event at Giselle's unfinished garage or whatever that was. They had Karen, she'd just gotten the vaccine and she was sort of woozy and they did this whole thing. I'm gonna break down that scene one day because it's just so funny. But here, what they're doing is they're sort of building up that Karen's like feeling, you know, kind of some sensual feelings from watching this, you know, entertainment. They start out with just her saying the simple line. And then they show some reactions of the different ladies. You can tell that everyone's sort of feeling it. And then they go to Karen and she starts making these big sounds.
Oh my God.
And then they start slowing it down, almost like it's going in slow motion for Karen, sort of like she's feeling such a type of way that everything's sort of slowing down. And I don't know, it's just so funny.
Oh my God.
Is this journey you want?
Beautiful.
Okay, so they slow her down. They have sort of like a siren. Kind of give that like, ooh, things are so hot. The fire engines have to come, you know? And Karen's slowing down. They're showing her feeling it. They're still putting her reactions in there, you know? And then they put this sort of like Barry White type music in the background. It reminds me of Ally McBeal. I don't know if any of you are old enough to have watched that.
Nobody but you and me.
Anyway, they're really doing that to Karen. They're slowing her visual down, but the sound, the audio is, you know, in normal speed, and they're putting all these sound effects and music to sort of just make it a funny moment for us.
Oh, 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 oh. What? Oh my God.
Now they're showing reactions from a couple other of the ladies, not just Karen. You can hear that the audible sounds, the words, the noises being made are all Karen at the forefront. They're the loudest. We still have the music going on. You can still hear the other ladies a little bit, but Karen's sounds are turned up the most. And I can just imagine the editors just laughing through this cut.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
Like Karen, you like that?
And they're doubling up her sounds.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
They're really making a mockery of the sound she's making. They split the screen to show the guy doing the fire stuff and Karen's reactions. Those reactions that she's making maybe were not to that guy at all, but they're splitting the screen to kind of show like these are the reactions she's having to this man doing all this stuff.
How's she gonna eat later? That's wonderful.
And they're putting in, you know, Giselle now adding in a funny line. They're just really trying to lighten the mood here.
Oh. Okay, I need to call Ray. This is doing it for you? I enjoy them. It's very.
And then at the very end of the performance, they put in that little sound bite of Karen saying,
okay, I need to call Ray.
Who knows if she said it there? I highly doubt it. I bet you anything they grabbed that from like another scene, or when this scene was done, they grabbed that from somewhere and they added it in. Like, she's just so hot that now she has to call her husband. And then they cut to Giselle saying, oh, this is doing it for you. And then Karen comes in and she's very like, yes, yes, it is.
Sexy. That's sexy? It's a very sexy moment.
Really? Happy birthday.
Thank you. That was really nice.
Okay, so then they have Mia say happy birthday, and then Karen's really genuinely saying thank you, and then they get some reaction shots around the table of people looking on, because remember, the tension is kind of high between Mia and Karen, and this is a genuine moment between Mia and Karen where there's a thank you and an acceptance of that thank you, you know. And so people are looking on like, is this gonna lead to some drama? What's gonna happen here? Sort of thing. And whether that happened or not, the editors made it happen through the reaction shots and the silence, and sort of like you can hear like, you know, silverware clinking or whatever, but it's really, really in these reaction shots.
Did you guys have a progressive conversation when you went to Mia's room?
I feel we did.
Okay.
And I think what I walked away from, and then I'll let it be, is communication. Seriously. Breakdown in communication at all times does not work. Look, it was not a great conversation.
I don't know why I find Karen so funny with these things. She could say anything and make it seem like it's serious and like serious, you know, advice coming from her mouth. What she's saying right here isn't that like, I don't know, revolutionary. What she's really saying is definitely not what came out of their conversation. They did not leave that conversation going like, you know what, we just need to communicate. She's just picking this diplomatic word that works in the situation to kind of smooth over this dinner to make it seem like she and Mia really had some deep conversation, which we just know did not happen.
Look, it was not a great conversation, but I have some sympathy for Mia because she's upset with Wendy because she felt like she was coming for her marriage.
Okay, so she's in confessional. She's like, yeah, it wasn't great. But, you know, she's not going to say that at the table. She's diplomatic. She's the grande dame. She's not going to be at the table and be like, yeah, it wasn't great. She's like, all we could come up with is communication. Like, it's just so funny to me. It's why I love Karen. It's very delusional in the way that Karen can be very delusional in the very best way. I mean that as a pure compliment.
Marriage. Everyone always comes from my marriage.
What happened?
It was a whole thing. Because I went to see Wendy. Did you check in?
Okay, and then we have this little aside with Karen, and then they cut to Mia doing this reaction. I think that's a reaction they pulled off of something else. I don't think it's a reaction to the conversation between Karen and Candace, to be honest.
With Wendy.
I have not.
Yes.
Are you going to come back?
I think that tonight is probably best if, you know, we just are in our separate ways.
Mia?
So by doing all of these little kind of asides, like Ashley says she hasn't talked to her, Candace says yes, we're doing a flashback to Candace calling Wendy, it's just showing group dynamics, right? There's tension. The tension was broken by these fire dancers and by the sort of fun, you know, telling the stories around the table. But now we're back to the reality. There's tension. It's just like the moment at the very end of this episode where, you know, Ashley is in the Sprinter filming Candace as she's going off on Robin. It's the perfect example of what happens. Like, you can have light moments, which they were having in the club, right? They were dancing and partying and taking shots in the club. But at the end of those light moments, if there's tension, those tension moments are still going to be there and they're still going to be brought up. So they can tell all the funny stories they want about Karen. They can watch as many fire dances as they want. But at the end of the day, there's still some unresolved conflict. Wendy is not at the table. It's unfair. You know, Candace has talked to her. It's just, there's still all of the stuff. And it's just a great example of life. You know, you can like put all of the sheen and happiness and like post as many pictures of you looking happy on like social media. But if you're not happy, those problems are always going to be there for you at the end of the day. Sorry to get deep. These shows really illuminate this stuff. No matter how much fun, no matter how much money, no matter how many, you know, beautiful outfits and all this stuff, there's always something going on underneath the surface. And really that's what we're watching.
Are in our separate ways.
Mia, that's fine. Don't invite me.
If you can't use your words and you have to resort to violence, yeah, you and your size 14s can go over there.
Okay, and they cut to Wendy throwing some shade in the confessional. I take a little bit of umbrage with everyone going after Mia about her feet. I'm a very tall human being and I have big feet. I can't help it. Stop going for her feet. Stop going for things you can't help. Go deeper than that. Cut deeper, please. I'm just kidding. Don't do any of it in real life. Let's just watch our ladies do it. Anyway, you guys, that's all I'm gonna cover in this little scene. I have more scenes from this episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. I just wanna throw a quick side note. If sometimes like my hair is one way and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, all messed up in the next shot, Giselle says it to her and then there's what? Or if my mic moves in mid video, just know that I have a little baby right here and sometimes she makes noise. I have to give her her little binky or I have to feed her or do something and then I have to come back to the chair. So we're just doing the best with what we got right now. I appreciate your guys' patience in dealing with sort of my off-kilter appearance as we move away from infant life over here. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, watching the videos and doing all the things. I'm so grateful to you guys for all of it. And until next time.
Blonde hair.
She's blonde.
Lapels are going up Elvis style,
That's
honey.
right.
That is right.
Tamara-
It's an Elvis Christmas.
It's an Elvis